Good evening. Welcome to ECU STEPP's Fireside Chat. I'm so excited to share some upcoming news about our STEP 2027 application opening. I am Ashley Cooper, the transition specialist for the STEP program, and let's get started. So, what's STEP? So, STEP is an acronym that stands for Supporting Transition and Education Through Planning and Partnership. So, the STEP program provides access and comprehensive academic support for students with learning disabilities at East Carolina University. We support students that have a specific learning disability, such as a reading disorder, dyslexia, a disorder of written expression, dysgraphia, a math disorder, dyscalculia. And so students have to meet this eligibility category in order to qualify for the STEP program. So we provide the students with comprehensive academic support. So here is a little bit about our STEP staff. And so our director of the STEP program is Mr. Adam Denny. He's in charge of the overall vision and leadership of the program. He oversees our research overlay. He's in charge of our external partners and also overall vision and guidance for our staff as well as our students. Me, as the transition specialist, I help support the students that are coming in. So, the really cool and unique thing about my job is that I support 10 students that are coming in to ECU during their high school senior year. Yes, I said that right. High school senior year. Cool thing about the STEP program is that students apply during their junior year of high school, so I can support them with the transition curriculum during their high school senior year. So I'm also in charge of the recruitment for the program and the application process. So if you're interested in the program, recommend that you reach out to me so you can get more information about the program and our application process. Miss Christina Hendricks is our instructional specialist. So she's in charge of our curriculum for the program. She provides the students with guidance and resources once they're on campus. That includes organizational skills, time management, study skills, learning strategies that are all incorporated into our STEP curriculum that we have for the program. She also oversees our tutors as well as supporting our students as a co-advisor. So really cool thing about the STEP program that the students come in and they have two advisors. They will have Ms. Hendricks as one of their co-advisors, and they'll also have their major or department advisor that helps guide them towards what classes they need to take in order to be successful. Ms. Hendricks gets to know students as a learner, so she helps students by providing them with guidance and strategies to help them focus on building out their schedules, also helps them focus on gaining skills and strategies to help support them in their classes as well. So really important part of the STEP program is that co-advising model. And then we have Miss Amanda McDaniel. She's our admin support specialist. She's also in charge of our grants for the programs. She's in charge of our inventory and purchases. So she has the behind the scenes job that really impacts all of our jobs overall. So she helps us with the foundation of the program so that we are able to provide the resources and supports to the students at East Carolina University. Now, here's some really exciting news. Our STEP 2027 cohort applications are now open. So, our applications close on May 15th. So, you have plenty of time to get your applications in. So, if you have any questions about getting your applications in, you also can contact me at cooperash22@ecu.edu so I can provide you with any guidance and updates about the application. Our application opens early so that you can have access to the application, also with assistance with the application so you can complete it. Just like our program is very comprehensive, our application process is comprehensive as well. And so we want to make sure that we're providing you with guidance and supporting you throughout the application process itself. I mentioned this earlier. Really cool thing and unique thing about the STEP program is that students apply during their high school junior year. So if you are a current high school junior and you're graduating by the spring of 2027, our applications are open for you. So if you are a current junior graduating by the spring of 2027, our applications are open for you. And if you're just joining us now, I am here to answer any questions that you have live. So if you can drop those questions in the chat, and I will answer those live if you have questions about the STEP program or our application process. So, I wanted to take a moment and share a little bit about our application process. So, we do have some materials to help support applicants with our application. We have our application checklist and our application guide. So, I wanted to take a few moments and actually take you through our application materials that we have on our website. So, if you go to step.ecu.edu, it takes you to our homepage. Here on the homepage, you can learn a little bit more about our program as well as access a video about the STEP program. You can also schedule a virtual tour or in-person tour of the STEP program. So we do have some tour dates that are coming up that I'll mention later on in this session, but you can schedule those tour dates in advance. I'm also really excited to tell you that if none of these tour dates work for you, you have the ability to contact us directly and schedule an individualized tour. So we are really excited that of you are interested in the STEP program. So scheduling a tour to visit with our office and meet our staff is really important to us. So if these dates don't meet your availability, please contact us. You can contact us through our website. You can contact me directly, and I can provide you with information about when we can be available for a tour. So I'm going to take us through our application checklist. So if you go to our top home bar here and click apply and apply to STEP, it will take you to the next page where you can see more information about our application itself. So like I said earlier, our applications close on May 15th, so you have plenty of time to start your application. Here's some cool resources here to help support you with your application. So if you're ready to start your application, you can go ahead and hit the apply now button. We also have an application guide here, as well as application workshops. So if you click our application guide, it'll take you to a page where it loads all of the forms that you have to complete for our application. So we have our applicant profile form, which collects demographic information about you. We have our family information form, which collects demographic information about your family. We have our education information form, which collects information about the schools that you previously went to, as well as gives you the ability to upload your transcripts, report cards, IEP or 504 information, or documentations of any of the accommodations that you have received. We also have your application materials form, which includes testing scores from ACT, SAT. So we do need documentation that you either took one of the SAT or the ACT with that score report. And then documentation of any accommodations that you received on the ACT or SAT. You also need a current psychoeducational evaluation. You need 2 teachers or recommendations from core academic subjects. And you can upload those materials directly to this form, or you can have your educators upload those materials on your behalf. Then we have our essay information form. This gives you the ability to upload your essay to this form. Unique thing about our essay for the STEP program, we do have specific prompts. So I'll take us to this section so we can take a look at the specific prompts really quickly. So we do have specific prompts that you have to answer. And the other part that's really interesting about our program in terms of our application process is that we want to see your drafts of your essay as well as your final essay. So when you're looking at submitting your essay, we want to see your final essay and all of your drafts. So you'll submit this on our online form and answer a few questions about your writing process. So it's really cool and unique way we get to see our students and their learning profile. And it gives us the ability to see your writing from your draft all the way up to your final. And so we can see that writing process to have a clear understanding of how you write. And then the last form that you have to fill out is a wrap-up form. And that form takes you through you completing all of your materials and making sure you're uploading all the necessary documentation that you need. So I mentioned that educators can upload materials on your behalf. So on this application guide, we do have links to you being able to provide any people that are providing you a recommendation. So any teachers that are providing you the recommendations, you can send them this link here. We also have the ability for any of the applicants to send this link to any educators that can provide them with materials to upload on their behalf for their application. So that could include their transcripts, any documentation of accommodations they receive, ACT and SAT score reports, or documentations of accommodations on the SAT or ACT transcripts. All those things are you're able to upload to your application or get someone to upload it on your behalf. And I'll remind you that our applications are now open. We're so excited about this 2027 cohort coming in. So our applications are open for the STEP program's 2027 cohort. And I will take us to the apply page really quickly so we can give you some quick tips about how to apply in terms of how to prepare. So any student that's coming into our STEP 2027 cohort is going to graduate by the spring of 2027. So the reason, and if you're just joining us now, the reason for the early acceptance in terms of supporting students really early in the process, in the early application process, is that we support high school seniors with a transition curriculum to get them acclimated to coming into ECU. And you may be asking yourself, what does that exactly mean? So one of the things that I do is help prepare students for that transition. What are the differences between high school and college? And then what specific things do students need to look for in order to prepare for come into East Carolina University? So I provide them with that transition support while they're still in high school. I'm also a resource for those students as well through that transition, so they can ask me questions and I can help support them through the process. Not only the students, but also the parents as well. So I'm that resource that students and parents can reach out to so they can feel connected to the university, but also feel connected to the STEP program too. The other thing that we would need for the STEP program is a current psychoeducational evaluation. We like for those evaluations to be current, so within the past 3 years, and comprehensive. So looking at those requirements, we do refer to ECU's Disability Support Services website for requirements for the psychoeducational evaluation. We also encourage you to challenge yourself. Since we asked for 2 recommendations from your core academic teachers, we also know that it may be a little early for some of those educators. So we would like for you to start thinking about your teacher recommendations really early, and also providing them with the information about the STEP program as well, so that they are able to upload and fill out the recommendation form. So we do have a recommendation form that teachers and educators have to fill out on your behalf. And I shared the link earlier, but there are links there as well. You also have to meet minimum course requirements of the university. And so we have here ECU admissions required high school courses that you must take. So if you click this link here, it'll take you to the admissions website so you can see those required high school courses, and then also those 2 core academic teacher recommendations that you need. And then also, we like for you to start this process early so you can look at and prepare and analyze the essay prompts for the STEP program. Remember that you must submit your drafts and your final essay. So now that we've taken a look at a couple of key features of the STEP program's application, I want to take us back into our presentation. So the next thing I wanted to share is that if you're like, oh my gosh, that was a lot of information and I'm not sure what I need to submit for the STEP program, we do hold application workshops throughout the year. The application workshops are there to help prepare you for submitting your application. So anytime that you have any questions, I can be there as a resource to help you through that. We have an upcoming application workshop on November 19th at 4 p.m. You can register for that workshop now through our website. So I can take us really quickly back to our website to take a quick look on how to register for an application workshop. One of the easiest ways to register for an application workshop is to go to our homepage. So I'll take us really quickly back to our homepage. So this is our homepage. As you're navigating to the homepage, you can do this a couple of different ways. You can go to Apply to STEP, scroll down, and then you'll have the link here to schedule an application workshop. So this gives you the ability to schedule an application workshop so you can seek out assistance and ask any questions about the application process. We also have resources here on our application guide as well to help you with your application process. So if you miss one of our application workshops, you can always schedule another one by reaching out to me, Ashley Cooper, Transition Specialist for the STEP program, for any information about the application process. If you're coming to our website, we do have application tutorials here where I go through and explain different parts of our application. So we have the applicant profile, how do you return using return codes, how do you use your survey queue. So we do have a couple of different forms associated with the application. So you're able to navigate and save your progress and come back later by using return codes. You can use the survey queue to return to specific forms very easily. And then at each form that you complete, you have to sign off. And so I show you how you can add your signature to each page as well. And then also by sharing this information with any person that you're asking to be a recommendation for you. This is really important to share these links here. And then also if you need to upload any additional materials like your transcript, ACT and SAT scores, recommendations for your transcript, your psychoeducational evaluation, those accommodations, you're able to access this link here to upload application materials. So these are the ways that you can go in. So by clicking apply to STEP takes you very easily to our apply page where you can schedule an application workshop. So I'll take us back to our presentation. So we do have that upcoming application workshop on November 19th. So I want you to know that I can be available to help assist you with the application no matter where you are in the application process. So if you are just starting the application or just curious about how do I apply to the STEP program, I wanted to let you know that I can be a resource to help you apply to the STEP 2027 application. So our applications are now open for the STEP 2027 cohort. We call a cohort a group of students that come into our program. You're applying to the STEP 2027 cohort if you are a current junior that'll graduate by the spring of 2027. Another question that we often receive, and I want to make sure I check the chat really quickly to make sure we don't have any questions in the chat. Remember, if you have any questions, submit your questions in the comments and I will answer those live tonight. I get a lot of questions about the process to when do you actually start the application. So it gets a little confusing when I say high school junior year. So we've created a cool way to be able to help students with that process. So if you're coming to our apply page and you go to our application tool here, you can use this tool to figure out when you apply to the STEP program. So it says, when should I apply to the STEP program? Are you considering applying to STEP? Use this tool below to find out when you can apply. So you first start by answering this question. What year do you graduate from high school? So you go and you select the year that you graduate. So if you select 2026, our applications are closed for the 2026 cycle, but I encourage you to reach out to me so I can prepare and provide you with resources that we have available and other support programs that we have available on campus to help support students. So clicking in this link here and contacting us will be a great resource if you're graduating by the 2026. So I can provide you with the resources that we have at East Carolina University to help support students with learning disabilities. If you are graduating by the spring of 2027, great news. You can apply to STEP now. Our applications open on October 1st and they're going to close on May 15th. So you will get the apply now button. Sometimes we get students that are really early and we appreciate that you're early in this process. There is a process to that transition from high school to college, and reaching out and doing your research now is great and also a valuable asset to you as you make that transition. So if you are graduating by the spring of 2028, 2029, or 2030, it's a little too early, but we are excited that you're interested in becoming a pirate and applying the ECU STEP. So for our 2028 cohort, our applications will open on October 1st of 2026. So always, if no matter where you are in the process, reach out to us so we can help support you and be a resource to help guide you in terms of coming into the STEP program. So if you are graduating by the spring of 2027, you can apply to the STEP program now. Our applications are open until May 15th of 2026, and apply now. I'm so excited to share it, to apply now. Check in the chat really quickly to see if we have any questions. Remember that if you are just joining us now, no question is too big or too small. You can submit your questions in the chat or in the comments, and I can answer those questions live. Also, I just want to say again that if you have any questions, or if you're not sure if you want to submit them live here on this Fireside Chat tonight, you can also contact me at cooperash22@ecu.edu. So I can be a resource to help support you with this process as well. Let's take us back to the presentation really quickly, so we can look at the last few things before we finish up. So one cool thing to note about the STEP program is that we want to be a resource to help provide you with guidance into learning about our program. So one of the ways that you can learn about our program is through our open house. So we do offer open house events in person and virtually for any student that's interested in the STEP program. We do have some upcoming events for in person. So our open house that's in person that's upcoming is on Friday, December 5th at 10 a.m. Registration is open for this event. In a few seconds, I'll show you again how you can sign up for registration for open house. We also have virtual events that are open for open house as well. So we have one upcoming virtual event on Tuesday, December 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So whether you come virtually or in person, we want to invite you into our Cove. So this picture here on the left is the Cove. This is the place where students come in for study hall. One of the things that we do for the STEP program is that students have to do 15 hours of study hall Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 and 5. Really unique and cool thing about the STEP program is that we create an environment so students can learn study skills and strategies and resources to help support them in their classes. And one of the things that we find really valuable is that students come into the Cove to be able to study and prepare for their classes and also meet with our mentors. We have mentors that are available for students to meet with to work on executive functioning skills, time management, organization, as well as resources, grade tracking, so students keep track of their own grades as well, and help support them with any resource that they feel they need in order to be a successful student at East Carolina University. So our mentors are available in the Cove between the hours of 8 and 5. Mentors meet with students for at least 1 hour a week. Sometimes students meet with mentors a little bit more. And mentors are graduate students. So they're near peers. So they've been through the undergrad experience and they have that perspective to share with students. So before I move to our next slide, I want to take us really quickly back to our website so we're able to look at how you can schedule a visit. You can schedule a visit one or two ways by clicking our visit button on our toolbar here. When you click the visit button, it gives you a virtual video tour of the STEP program. So this is the space on campus called the Cove. It's located in Joyner Library where students can work on their assignments, get help from mentors and tutors, and also is home to our professional staff. So our doors are always open in the STEP program because we are we want to be accessible for our students and be available. So students have access to professional staff, mentors, and tutors while they're working inside the code. So here's how you can schedule a visit with the STEP program. So you can explore STEP. You can schedule an on-campus visit. So we do have one coming up on Friday, December 5th at 10 p.m. And you can schedule that on-campus visit by hitting this button here below. Or you could schedule a virtual visit to the STEP program. And we have one coming up on Tuesday, December 16th at 4 p.m. It's virtual. So that you can schedule that time there. And then also we have another live stream event that's upcoming on December 10th at 5:30 Eastern Time. So during these live streams, I share important information about our application process, as well as give you helpful tools to help support you with navigating the STEP program and understanding all of the resources and supports that we have. We also have some additional resources on this page to help support students with understanding East Carolina University. So if you want to learn more about main campus or health sciences campus, we have those links there where you can learn more about the services that we provide here at East Carolina University. And then also we have some additional tools here. If you're coming on campus and you want to know exactly how to find the STEP program, you can plan your visit here and get parking directions and learn more about parking and directions to the STEP program. So we provide you directions to the STEP program from the parking garage. We also wanted to share some things beyond STEP. So we have some information here about that connects you to our ECU admissions website, our Department for Disability Support Services website, and you can learn more about campus living services as well. So what's a day in the life of a pirate? What does that include for housing, dining, and transit? And then also, you can also apply to the STEP program. So remember that you apply to the STEP program during your high school junior year, and you can learn more about applying to STEP here. You can also connect with STEP. So if you do have any questions about what it's like to be a pirate in the STEP program, you can connect to the STEP team, and we are happy to answer those. So let me take us back to our presentation really quickly. I want to check that chat again to see if we have any questions like that out there for me to answer. No question is too big or too small for me to answer here live tonight. We do have, if you do have any questions, I want to contact me, you can email me at cooperash22@ecu.edu. And then if you also are thinking about applying to the STEP program, remember that our deadline for the STEP program is May 15th for our applications for the STEP 2027 cohort. So you can apply at step.ecu.edu/apply. You can also visit our website at step.ecu.edu or contact us via email or phone, and I will be happy to share information about the STEP program itself. We are coming up on our last minute online, so if you do have any questions, submit your questions in the comments, and I will answer those live. Other than that, if you do have any questions, I will be available by email at cooperash22@ecu.edu. And I'm also available by phone, so you can contact me at 252-737-2275. And my name is Ashley Cooper, and I'm the transition specialist for the STEP program. And I will be there to help support you with our application process for the STEP 2027 cohort. All right, we're coming up on our last few seconds of our fireside chat tonight. I just want to let you guys know that I can be a resource if you are thinking about applying to the STEP program. Please reach out to me. I'll be happy to share information about the STEP program, our application process, and also support you with any information in touch of getting you resources to learn more about East Carolina University as well. We appreciate you joining us for the fireside chat tonight. And go Pirates.